Hi there, it's July the 13th and we're continuing our progress through the letter to the Romans by Paul, and we're in chapter 1, completing chapter 1 from verses 18 to verse 32. So we've seen Paul open up this book by greeting the people in Rome, both Jews and Greeks, the people who he's speaking to, and now he homes in on what is really the basic issue, the basic problem of the world. And the basic problem of the world is one of worship. They're worshipping the wrong things. Their focus of worship, if they're not with God, they're looking in the wrong direction. Instead of looking to the one who has made everything, instead of putting faith in him, they have turned things around and they're actually putting faith in and worshipping those things which are created. Paul obviously has in mind the huge pantheon of Roman and Greek gods and other gods that people are worshipping, who would have been characterized by animals and by created things, by men. And he's saying that this is not who God is. And because of that, two things have happened. There's been corruption in body and there's been corruption in mind and soul. So the corruption in body has been giving man over and woman over to incontinence. They haven't been able, because they haven't seen the purpose of who they are. They haven't seen the fact that they are built, they are made to carry the glory of God. They, having let go of that, they've then given themselves to not seeing their purpose, not seeing what it is to be fully human. Not only in their bodies, not only in sexual incontinence, but also in the mind and in the soul, in pursuing evil, in pursuing hatreds, in pursuing lies and theft and all of these things which Paul lists at the end of chapter 1 as being issues. And he says it's not only, the issue is not only for those who do these things, but also those who approve of them. He paints a very bleak picture here of humanity without God. The fact is, Paul is saying that without God, man is without his purpose, he's without his focus, he's without his meaning. In fact, he says at one point in this chapter, thinking themselves wise, they're actually becoming fools. And if we remember that the Hebrew scriptures teach us that the fear of the Lord, the awe of God, being able to say, wow, look at God, is the source of wisdom. And therefore, if we let go of that, if we can't say, wow, look at God, because we've shut God out, then we become fools. And that is what Paul is homing in on. There is hope coming, but Paul is wanting to paint the picture of just how serious man's state is. We're grateful then that God has reached to us in grace, and that Paul is going to unpack this good news of the rescue of both Jews and Greeks in Messiah Jesus that is coming. Have a very good July the 13th.